Happy New Year, everyone.
And welcome to Talk of the Town. This month, we take a look back at some of our favorite segments of 2014.
What an amazing year it has been, visiting lots of people and places that really are the talk of the town.
From peeking into a beehive, making music in our schools, and even touring the Poconos in a sidecar. What a year it's been.
It definitely has. And we start our look back at 2014 with a bang. A real bang. We visit Pocono Pistol Range, where we're packing some heat.
This wasn't our first time on the shooting range, so our instructors help us set our aim on the defensive shooting course.
Threat! 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 Threat!
5. So we have all 5 on paper. That's excellent. I'll give you a high five.
Threat! 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 Threat!
Well, Kim, all of these are effective, I think.
They definitely would have done the job. So we did well in this environment, but I think we're ready for the next step.
I think we should try it. Let's go.
We could just go down there and shoot bullseyes all day long, but when we come up here and we move, we do different things, where real world comes into play, it's a lot more difficult.
Threat!
A little bit faster, a little bit faster. There you go. Come on, get on target, get on target. Reload, reload! Oh, no, you're good, get all around. Oh,
Yeah,
you surprised me on that one. Yeah, all right. Hold it down range. Good.
Can I just shoot?
Retention. Search and assess. And holster. I'm not used to that. I'm used to everybody using it all year round.
That was really good.
Right. There you go. All right.
Last second, you tense up and you'll aim low, even though you think you're still on target.
After shooting the clay discs, it was on to shooting balloons.
There you go. And holster. Now that we got the big one out of the way.
Threat!
Retention, search and assess. What's the matter? You hit all the clays, but you can't hit the balloons.
I'm moving.
There we go.
Threat! 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 Threat!
Retention, search and assess. And holster. Excellent job.
Good
Well, that one I felt like
Good
I
job.
was pretty fast. Like
Yeah,
most
you
of
were.
my
You
day.
did really
Didn't-
good.
I didn't concentrate too much. I think I just was more like reacting.
Much better than the clays.
Next, it was time to put a bad guy in front of us with a real-world scenario.
Threat!
Keep walking.
Not threat!
Get out of here! I said I have a gun and I will use it.
Threat! Threat! Reverse! Not threat!
I have a gun and I'll use it. Don't even tempt me.
Threat!
All right, excellent job. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's
You're scary.
Not threat!
keep walking.
Down
Keep
the
walking.
gun. Put down the gun. I will shoot you. Put it down.
Reverse! Threat! Threat!
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I shot her twice.
You shot her, definitely.
Well, on the ankle, she'll live.
Who told her to wear those shoes? All right, we definitely got 2 shots right in here.
Yeah, that's
good. And the gym beam.
I saved the Jim Beam.
It was time for our final scenario, multiple bad guys in a home.
Grip, 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 grip. right, search and assess. Is the room clear?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and holster. Very good. This guy's
I
not...
do better with real people than clay pigeons.
Oh my goodness!
All right, they're safe.
Look at that! Wow.
Between the eyes, Ree.
You did definitely dotted that I right there. All right, search and assess, and holster. Unfortunately, this guy,
He's still alive.
he's still alive. Okay, let's pour my poor beer.
I'm sorry.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa. All right, so I got him.
And you really got up on this guy.
Yeah,
I mean, you might as well just put the gun to the guy's head. Very good.
well, I
Very
didn't want to risk it, you know, that's two people there.
That's two people right there.
And he wasn't looking, so.
Oh, sorry.
While we did well for beginners, we still have a lot to learn.
Well, you guys progressed nicely. Again, we hit bullseyes down there, and we came up here, and we showed that it was a little bit different. I don't expect you guys to be, you know, Johnny on the spot right now, but with time, with practice, you guys will get there, okay? You guys did excellent here shooting-wise, much better than what I anticipated. Like I said, I didn't expect to change out those clays, okay? You guys did good job shooting today. And now, you have to take what you learned today, and you just can't throw it away. You have to practice.
A big thanks to all our friends at Pocono Pistol Range for helping us fire away at all those targets.
And for helping us get more comfortable around guns.
Next on Talk of the Town, we head to a mountaintop in search of birds of prey. This fall, we hiked to Bake Oven Knob for some bird watching.
The view was breathtaking, and we live in one of the best places in the entire world to watch the migration of birds of prey.
And we learned how to identify some of these spectacular raptors.
Tell us how we're going to even have a clue as to what we're looking at.
Well, it's interesting that you use the word clue because this is like a puzzle. There are about 16 species that we could see out there. And you use clues of what you're seeing to help eliminate certain ones, and then you narrow it down to a couple of choices, and then you have to make your call from that. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to say, that one's unidentified. Buteos have long wings that are broad from front to back and fanned out tails like this rough-legged hawk here. So that's a soaring hawk that needs a lot of lift. The accipiters, on the other hand, have a little bit shorter wings because they fly through the forest. They also have a long, narrow tail because that's a good rudder to steer them through the forest. Now, the falcons, they're just flat-out speed demons. They are built for speed, so they're sleek, they have pointed wings, but they can't fly without flapping a lot. The turkey vulture always flies with its wings up in a V, and it has such good lift that any little breeze makes it rock. Most of the larger birds also soar a lot. The eagles, the osprey, the harrier, and especially the vultures. They can fly a long time without ever flapping a wing.
It's time to go out and take a look. The Lehigh Gap Nature Center has conducted the Bake Oven Autumn Hawk Count since 1961, but they do many other things too.
We do conservation work on the ridge. We've made that mountain green. That's what we're probably best known for. But we also do a lot of education work. We have field trips and in-school programs. We see over 4,500 students a year. And we do research. We partner with a lot of colleges and universities, and there's a lot of research that goes on at the Gap as well. So what we generally do is we're scanning, and if you don't see anything with the naked eye, then we scan usually along the horizon with the binoculars and look for birds that are coming toward us. ravens soar like a hawk. The tail of a raven is wedge-shaped. It's longer in the middle. So it sticks. Oh, look at the
dive.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very playful.
They just like the current, as they're just playing in the current.
Yeah. There's a Sharpie on our left. Sharpie over us, right in front.
About how high are we?
This is the highest point in Lehigh County. It's about 1,600 feet.
So there's a lot of room for the birds to be flying below us.
Right, you're about 500 feet above that forest canopy down there. There are very few places that you get to look down at a migrating hawk. Hawk Mountain and Bake Oven Knob are two of those places. Anywhere on this ridge that has a lookout, that's one of the advantages here. We get to actually look down on the birds sometimes. Well, there's a decoy owl up on the pole because owls are predators that can actually prey on young hawks when they're still in the nest. And even though it's not nesting season, the hawks tend to, when they see an owl, they tend to harass it. Oh, right behind us, here it is.
Toward the owl. So it thought about it.
Wow.
That owl was a good idea.
Yeah, that owl's a really good idea. We think that the kids should get to see this,
Yeah.
that grow up here, because this is a world-class migration phenomenon. It happens here and people come from all over the world to see it. And if you grow up in Palmerton or Lehighton or Slatington, you're right here by this ridge, we think you ought to be exposed to it. So you're looking down on top of that turkey vulture, and he's all brown on the back. But when he turns around, when he circles, you can see the bottom. There's that silvery trailing edge.
Yeah. Turkey vultures are so much prettier in air
Absolutely.
than when they land.
They're so graceful in the sky.
There's something right in front of us, too.
Yep, right at the horizon, just broke the horizon, coming up. You see that real fluttery flap?
Yeah.
See flap, 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 and then glide. That fluttery flap, that's indicative of a Sharpie. There's three of them right here.
There's three of them. Here comes
There's
one
right in front of us,
coming
like too close for the binoculars.
coming toward the owl.
Look at this.
Right toward the owl. Ooh.
Great. So that's like your textbook opportunity there.
To see the difference.
Turkey on the left, black on the right.
With the black, yeah, not as much of a V.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the black, it confused me at first because it doesn't have that much of a V.
Wes Belts was one of our hawk watchers. He's no longer with us. But he used to say, and it's so true, you have to pay your dues. If you want to see these things, you don't walk up here for 10 minutes and see this.
it.
You have to spend time on these rocks, and sooner or later you see some really special things happening up here.
Sure. Well, and I guess part of it is being able just to enjoy this. Here's
Yeah.
some birds.
Yep,
songbirds.
those are songbirds.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen a couple of dozen Sharpies, sharp-shinned hawks. We saw two really nice harriers, a male and a female. We saw some red-tailed hawks. We saw both vulture species, so it was a pretty successful trip out here to the lookout today.
It was great to spend a day outside appreciating nature.
And next we head inside to the kitchen to whip up some sushi. Don't go away. We have managed to visit lots of great restaurants during 2014, and the chefs have been wonderful, inviting us into their kitchens.
But at the Sarah Street Grill in Stroudsburg, we tried something very new to both of us.
We're at the sushi bar.
Joe, what are you going to teach me how to make?
We have most popular special roll they call Krabby Tuna.
Krabby tuna. Sounds good. He's going to scoop out the perfect amount.
Okay, not
Perfect
only
amount of rice.
making like this way. Okay.
Yep.
Put the right
On the right,
to the left.
to the left. Down, 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 down,
and,
down.
and the pork. You did very
And
good.
over. This part doesn't look quite
That's good. Perfect.
good.
Yeah, perfect. See that? Now,
It's perfect.
now upside down.
Upside down.
Okay.
What is that?
This crab meat.
Crab meat. Okay.
Same. Right
Same
to,
thing.
Right to left.
Right to left.
What's in that crab meat?
Japanese mayonnaise, sriracha, and masago.
Then we've got avocado.
Okay, avocado. Can put to even.
Put even.
Yeah, that's good. This too big for you.
Too big.
So sometimes very hard to make too big.
He keeps fixing yours, Marie.
Okay. Now so this side come to ending. You try to do front. That it. You put to here this much. Perfect. You did a good job.
Thank
See?
you. Okay. It's perfect again.
And watch it.
You do a good job. He does a great job.
So I get his.
So,
Okay. Tuna.
pepper tuna.
1,
2.
2,
Anywhere you want. This way.
like that. Oh, you had yours kind of sideways.
Anywhere you want. That you eat. So a little bit tight. And the side. Okay. Now.
How many?
He's trusting you with the big knife,
I
Marie.
see that.
You
Oh, we're
left.
gonna go in the middle? Yeah, I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay. Cut to half.
Cut in half.
Another cut to half.
Cut in half.
One more cut to half. Looks good. Pick it up.
Pick it up and put it on. Meat.
Not too much.
Not too much, Ree. I bet he's going to switch with you again.
What is that? Wasabi?
Wasabi mayonnaise. Yeah. Thank you.
Kind of looks like a caterpillar.
It does kind of look like a caterpillar. Multicolored.
Yeah. Good job.
Wow, that's good job.
Pretty.
All right, Chef Jim, what are you going to teach me how to make?
We're gonna make a traditional California roll today.
You start with seaweed.
Yep, so there's two sides. There's the flat side and the rough side. For the California roll, we're gonna do an inside-out roll. So the rice goes on the outside here, which is the rough side here.
The rough side, okay.
Okay, so we need about 4 ounces of rice. You can put in your one hand there, make it a little flat, and right to left.
Right to left.
Right to left.
It's sticky
That's
rice.
it. You keep your hands a little wet. Okay, and then down and up.
Down and up.
Yep, and it's important to get it to the sides. The top and bottom's not too important, but the sides are important.
What is this?
This is caviar.
And just like a spoonful?
That's it, yep. And then just spread it right to left again,
Why right to left?
because that's the traditional Japanese way.
That I say.
Joe's rule.
Boss tells me to do it that way, so I do it that way.
anything I say,
We
do it.
listen to Joe.
We listen to Joe.
So we're gonna take the crab stick and we're gonna break it in half
Okay.
and put it in there. And then we're gonna take some cucumber here
Oh.
and put it
All
on
that?
in both sides, yep. Then we have our avocado here.
This seems pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's why you think the Japanese people are so skinny. So we do that there, okay? And then we'll just roll it right over like this.
Oh, it seems like the dangerous part for me.
And that's it. There you go. You can do it. Okay. And now you take your board
All right.
wrapped in your bamboo board wrapped in saran wrap that you have there, so the rice doesn't stick to it.
Okay.
And we put it right over top. And you start with the middle and pressure at the bottom, not at the top.
Okay.
Not at the top.
Not on the
Use your
top, you're
finger-
smushing
use your
it flat.
fingernails. Use your
just at the
fingernails at the bottom.
Okay.
And then everything will get in there, okay?
Okay.
And you can see there a little bit, and then we'll push in the side. Look at that, good job.
Very nice.
That's it, good job. Okay, now we have our knife, and then we're gonna cut it in half. Okay, and then you can slide it around like that.
Okay. Okay.
There you
Flip
go.
them all.
Yep, and then right on top. And there you go.
Voila. California
go.
roll. Yay!
So you need a little ginger and wasabi on each plate.
Joe, am I doing all right?
Wonderful. somebody lost a job.
I think your job's safe.
I mean, we've been here for, what, 10 years now, Joe? 11 years?
I here 10 years.
So
I believe I here 10 years.
Joe's
already.
been here for 10 years, and the sushi bar's been here a few years longer than that. I've been making sushi here for 5 years with Joe. and we continue to grow and get better at what we do. So
And once people try this, do they become a fan of sushi and need to come back and try everything?
our customers don't look at menus. They come and they sit here and we learn what they like pretty quick. And so if you enjoy just about everything, you can come and sit down and give us an idea and we can make it for you without a problem.
It looks so pretty, but it's time now to eat.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday! Very good.
Let's go see what else they have.
We're gonna make a pasta bellori today. The owner, Dave, his parents, his dad is a vegan, so that challenged us a little bit here. So we came up with a dish that he enjoyed regularly coming in, and we redid our menu. It made it to the menu, hence the name Pasta bellori. That's the name of his parents. It is olive oil based with garlic, capers, tofu, asparagus, portobello mushrooms, baby spinach, and grape tomatoes over linguine pasta. All right, the rest is up to you. Grab your saute pans,
Okay.
the bottle of olive oil.
Okay.
You'll need about 3
So
ounces.
it's not absolute.
It is not absolute.
3 ounces of olive oil.
And we're going to put the
Yep,
garlic
that's
right
good.
in it.
Yep. You're gonna do about a minced clove of garlic, so there's about 2 cloves worth of garlic in there.
So I'm just going to take half.
Yep. Take half and the other half for her. That's good. Pull them off. Add your caper berries.
Half for me and half
Yep.
for you.
Start with your portobello mushrooms.
Portobello mushrooms.
Start with your grape tomatoes. Now we do have a garden here, so some of the stuff when it's in season, tomatoes are coming in soon. Unfortunately, these aren't from our garden, but as the product comes out of the garden, we will incorporate it into our specials and items like this. And you can add your asparagus to it. Start with your tofu.
I would think you're going to attract an interesting clientele adding the vegan dish.
That's not many people have that on their menus. And there's so many dietary needs nowadays, whether it be you're vegetarian, vegan, gluten. We have a whole gluten-free menu as well. You can add the spinach.
Seems very healthy at this point.
Yeah, and olive oil, you know, everyone's here, oil, oh, that's bad for you. Not necessarily. Olive oil, you need a little bit of fat in your diet no matter what.
Sure.
So making olive oil is not bad.
Olive oil's a good choice, right?
Yeah, you can actually turn these off because you're going to be done. That's going to, the spinach will cook up fast.
Yeah.
A little pinch of kosher salt, and then add pepper, and you are good. Right in the water. Remember what we're doing full-size dinner portions, so.
Right, and we're doing both of these?
Yeah,
Sure,
one, yeah.
put it
Do an
in.
order in each.
I'm not sure if that was enough. Was that enough?
You need to do a little bit more. Because whatever you don't eat today, you can have for lunch tomorrow.
And Zach can help us eat too.
And there
So
you
we
go.
need enough for Zach.
Toss that together. You're gonna be daring and do the little hand toss, or stay with the tongs.
You know, I'm one to try and be daring.
And every time she does, she ends up with something on her. But you do have an apron.
I am
You
wearing
have
an
an
apron
apron.
today.
If you make a
No,
mess,
that's-
it's
I'm
all
not.
right.
I'm not doing
You're not
it.
feeling it? You're not feeling it?
No. It's more. I think it's more valuable than eggs. I'm usually troublesome with eggs. Are you gonna toss?
No, I'm not brave enough because I don't want it to end up everywhere. When you're dealing with food, I don't like to throw it on the floor, you know?
Yum,
There you
time
are.
to eat.
So this is really good.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
One of our favorite adventures of 2014 takes us to an apiary.
We visited Wild Creek Bee Farm to see how hard those honeybees work.
I'd like to welcome you ladies to Wild Creek Bee Farm, but if you want to go in the bee yard, you're going to have to wear these suits.
Okay,
But
sounds good to me.
I only wear this because I'm not afraid of the bees.
I'm putting the whole suit on.
Okay.
Chris Maxwell owns Wild Creek Bee Farm. He started with just a few hives about 9 years ago, and by this fall, he hopes to have almost 500.
I feel very protected. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome. I just want you to know to be calm, the bees are gentle, and we don't want you to be nervous. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna check out a queen.
Okay.
I'll try not to be nervous. It's an awful lot of bees.
Yes, it is.
You may notice that I look a little calmer than Kim. Well, here's a little secret. I grew up on a bee farm. My dad had 500 hives, and the whole family got involved in the bee business.
Oh.
Kim, if you want to stand over here and you can look right in here, I want to get you comfortable. Okay.
I'm so glad I have this thing on. Let me tell you.
Yes. Well, when we open this up, this is going to be really more bees than you ever seen in your life. What we're doing right now is we're just going to go in here and we're checking for the amount of population of bees.
Looks like a lot.
Yeah, there's
so many bees.
It's a lot of honeybees, and it's an experience. See there's the nectar in the cells. It looks like water. It's very shiny. I almost tell people it's like when farmers make maple syrup, how they put the syrup, the liquid in a drum and they cook it and it steams it off. Well, instead of cooking it off, the bees actually fan their wings, and by fanning their wings, it pulls the moisture out of the nectar. What those are called is nurse bees that you see on the frame there, and they are actually feeding those eggs. People think, well, the queen bee, she's in charge of the hive, but that's not the case. The queen bee, her only job is to lay eggs, and the adult worker bees of the hive are actually the ones that direct the control of the hive. Now, right here, if you look here with your camera, this is a drone honeybee. That's a male honeybee. He's much stronger flyer than the workers are and the queen. He's right there. He's got silly looking eyes.
He's fat.
Yes.
He's fat and hairy.
Yeah. Yes. Their only purpose of the drone is to actually mate virgin queens. They're kicked out of the hive in the fall because they do not groom or clean the hive. They do not collect honey. They
eat a lot, right?
Yes, they eat a lot and they hang out. There's the queen.
Oh, I see her with the big green.
She has the green dot on her at the bottom of the frame. She's the queen there. You can see she's about double the size of the other bees.
Why does she have a green dot?
By marking the queens, every year we change the color. So by me marking that queen, that'll tell me how old she is by the color. So she's green, she's 2014 queen. 5-6 years from now, if I go back and she's green, I know that I got a queen that survived 5 winters here in the Northeast. Everybody says, oh, you know, it's all about the honey, but in reality, if we lose the honeybees, we lose a third of the food we eat. There's a lot of things that go into the bee loss. It's called colony collapse disorder. People haven't heard a lot about it lately, but it is a big problem still. We're losing about 30% of our hives every year, and we got to split our hives and raise more queens to try to keep going. A lot of the factors is commercial agriculture with the pesticides are a big factor. Loss of forage, which would be flowers for the bees. A lot of people see wildflowers like you see in my bee yard here, and they consider them weeds. Well, they're not weeds. They're a very important food source to the honeybees.
All right, let's close it up.
Yes.
I understand now.
Yep.
Let's go extract some raw honey.
What you see over top of those cells is wax. The whole thing is wax. When they build the cells, I don't know how the bees do it, but every cell is perfectly hexagon, has 6 sides. This is a hot knife, an uncapping knife. You take this knife and you set it on the wood part of the frame, and we slowly, you'll see it melt as we go down, and you just like saw back and forth a little bit as you go, and that will actually melt all those cappings off the frame. And behind it, underneath it, is what we see is the raw honey that the bees produce. Now everybody says, well, why do bees, what do the bees do with the honey? And
they eat it, of course.
Yeah, but I've had that question. What do they do with the honey? It's like that's their food.
You can see the honey running down.
Yep. That's actually liquid wax. Kim, you're doing a heck of a job there.
Yeah.
If you want to hold on to that, we'll just scratch this a little bit.
It's been a long time since I've used an electric knife. Well, I know that when I did this, I was moving pretty fast when I was a kid because I was just trying to get my chores done.
Yeah. And over here is our extractor. We're going to turn this on, and this will start spinning. We got to start it slow. And what'll happen is from centrifugal force, this will throw the honey onto the sides of this machine. Once all the honey's out of the frames, then we drain it into the bucket, and at that point is when we would just strain out the wax particles, and then we put it into the jars as raw honey. The nutritional value is in the raw honey, and that's why there's a huge demand for it, and nothing done to it. It's not heat. The only time we heat it, and if we do heat it, we don't heat it any more than nature would heat it. A lot of people loved our cinnamon creamed honey, and I have a lot of questions. What do you put into it? And all it is raw honey and cinnamon. This is our creamed honey, and just scoop that into there. Now look at how that looks. That looks excellent.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I want to eat it
Yes.
right away.
The darker the honey, the healthier it is for you, is the golden rule.
All right.
Use your power tool skills.
Yeah, that's.
I'm backing up.
That'll take about a week or two to solidify and to start to crystallize into the creamed honey texture. This is just ground powdered cinnamon. That's very healthy. It's raw honey with powdered cinnamon, and them two mixed together makes a very healthy concoction. This will become thick that you'll need a knife once it hardens up and thickens up.
Yum.
One of the sweetest trips of the year. Thank you, honeybees.
Next, we take a look back at another adventure. This one pretty far off the ground. We heard from many of you during 2014, especially when we headed to the treetops at Blue Mountain Ski Area.
We certainly proved you can't fall, so we took a lot of risks.
Some were successful, but we did crash and burn.
You're in for definitely some physical activity, and it's mentally challenging as well, just kind of keeping your head in check of where you are, that you're okay and you're feeling good. Keep breathing and you'll be all right.
The dual multi-line, all right. Ooh, it's wobbly. Oh, I feel like I'm standing on Jell-O.
Try to relax as much as you can. Keep
Are you
looking
saying
forward.
my muscle tension is making it wobble more?
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
I can tell
That's
that now
exactly
because
what's happening.
I'm starting to relax a little bit.
You're almost there, Ree.
Almost. Yeah.
Nice work.
Success. Success. All right, Kim. Did you learn anything from me?
No. You get tricky at the end.
You can always grab my hand.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Success! Yay! Look at Joe. He just comes right on over like it's nothing.
And there's 3 courses, green, blue, black, going along with the ski area theme, if you will. The green consists of 11 elements ending in a zip line. The blue consists of 12 elements ending in a zip line. And the black is 11 elements ending in a zip line as well.
Yeah,
All right, my legs are a little shorter than Kim's.
that's all right. Grab one of those. Ease your weight onto that one. Yeah. Excellent. The least swinging, the better.
That's a big reach. Woo, I'm trying to keep it very silent.
Focus.
I don't want to be a Tarzan.
Good job, Ree. So it should be a little easier for me since my legs are longer. Is that what you're saying? Somehow I doubt it.
Relax.
Trying to have a very zen moment. It's not working. You do have to get yourself to that next bar.
What, your leg's not long enough?
It's not so simple. You know, it's crazy how you're not really afraid of falling.
No.
Like, I'm afraid that I'll slip, but I know that I'm not going to fall, so that part isn't so bad.
Yep.
Yay!
Nice. Good
High
job.
We have people who have never been on a ropes course before getting on it and having a blast, and we also have experienced climbers getting up here and also being able to challenge themselves.
All right, Joe, what's the goal here?
The goal again is to take a deep breath, nice and relaxed, and focus on a fixed object that's not moving.
Like Zach?
Yep, we're just one foot in front of the other.
All right. Like tightrope walking.
I think you've got it, Ree. It's a long way down. It's probably best not to look.
You tell people not to look down, but at the same time, that's part of it. You know, and there's This is part of overcoming our fears.
So what you can't see, behind the scenes, Zach had to do all of these elements too. And he also had to zoom the camera along the course on its own safety line.
You should try a little hop for at least one.
At least one. So I'm going to try to be a frog. And I may just prove that you can't fall.
Good luck.
Ready?
Yeah. Good job.
You did it. I like that. That was good. I'm going to try it again.
Whoa, so close.
I've proven that you can't fall down.
Yeah, you've proven it a couple times.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what.
Come on, you can land it. Yes! So this system is amazing, actually, state of the art. We clip you in at the beginning of the course, and then this thing rides along with you the whole way. You're never unclipping like some of the other ropes courses around here. You stay connected to the course the entire time until you get off at the end at the zip line, at which point you're off. So at no point are you even able to unclip from the system.
So there's no falling from far in the trees.
No fall potential at all.
So now how you feeling?
Little nervous. I used the tree.
That tree was strategically placed.
This is a nice tree.
Have a seat. Hey, you're back at that one again.
Try again.
Oh yeah, I get to try again. All right, I'm gonna do one of Marie's leapfrogs. Here we go.
Oh. Your feet didn't quite make it. But you have another chance.
Wow.
Kim, just wait. This next one's a doozy.
I can't think about it till I'm out of this spider web, Marie. I'm going for speed.
This is called the wind chimes.
The wind chimes.
You hear the wind chimes?
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent job, Marie.
Thank you. This one feels pretty natural.
Good.
You can't help but look down on this one. How high off the ground can you be?
Our one platform out on the Black Diamond course is about 32 feet.
Hey Rob, so far I like your design.
Great, good. That's always nice to hear. There you go, kind of give it a hug.
And then
as you
I
come
want to
around
hug it, right?
Yep. Reach out, give the next one a good little hug.
Oh, that's not a problem.
When you get to this pole, you want to hug it.
Ooh, this one's kind of like a hammock.
Are you thinking about taking a nap?
Yeah, you can.
I don't really, it's not so comfortable because I wasn't really hanging all the way in it.
I'm in the trees, hello.
Yeah, we call that one the horizontal zigzag.
A horizontal zigzag.
Horizontal zigzag.
Depending on how you step means whether you zig or zag.
Yeah. It zigs and it zags. You just want to make sure you're not anywhere in between.
We still have a few more obstacles to go. How are you feeling?
I feel great, and this view is amazing. I could stay here all day.
All right, so we're just gonna go on the steps, right?
This is a crazy adventure. Like when you think about it, just doing something like this is a cool thing.
Yep, definitely.
And I think more grown-ups should do it.
It ends with a zip!
Whee! It'll blow your mind! We really love a good adventure, and 2014 was filled with lots of them on Talk of the Town.
Like our unique sidecar tour through the Poconos.
All right. Yes, awesome.
Jim Thorpe Sidecar Tours started with Barb Timber's love of motorcycles and their sidecars. She now operates one of the only sidecar tour companies in the country.
We are by reservation. We offer 3 different tours, a 1-hour, 2-hour, 3-hour tour. I will be the driver. One gets to sit in the sidecar, one sits behind. Or if there's 2 couples that want to go out together, we will take 2 bikes out for the afternoon. And we'll come pick you up at your home or wherever you're staying, go for the tour, and we drop you off.
This is awesome. I feel like I'm at an amusement park and this is one of the rides.
Zach, this is awesome. You've got to try this. Come here.
I know! Chinese fire drill!
Barb Timbers and Eddie Fink are our tour guides through some of the most beautiful backcountry roads in the Poconos.
Is there a danger involved?
Actually, there have been different reports done by the United Sidecar Association, and sidecars have been found to be just as safe as a car. A single-person motorcycle is 7 times more likely to have an accident than a bike with a sidecar. They're very safe.
Is it because it's just bigger, it's easier to see?
I think it's bigger, it's easier to see. Folks who ride them are generally a little older. It's not a sport bike out trying to be fast. It's a weekend slow ride, and for that reason, they're just safer drivers, safer bikes.
What a perfect place for a break. I could use a drink.
Hey, look, Coca-Cola, only a nickel.
I have a nickel. Think it'll work?
It's a gorgeous day, and we're going to take you up to the Galen Glen Winery. It's a beautiful ride up through the mountains and the country, and you get up on top of the mountain, and it's just God's country. You will love it there.
Nothing wrong with helmet head if you're really wearing a helmet, because then you have a reason.
Yeah.
Barb, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was.
High five!
High five!
One for me!
It was amazing up here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Absolutely
And
gorgeous.
geez, what a way to spend your days.
Right? I'm living my dream one ride at a time.
Here's to adventures with Barb and Ed.
And riding in the sidecars.
I'll drink to that.
We keep things moving with our last segment, fitness classes. In 2014, we tried lots of new exercise trends.
And we had the most fun when we could get moving with all of you.
Go!
What a great year it's been. And now it's time to start thinking about 2015. So here's to keeping all those New Year's resolutions.
We have lots of ideas in the works, but we want to hear from you too. So just go to our Facebook page and send us your ideas.
And remember, whatever you do, be the talk of the town.
I need a refill.
I want them to come straight at me.
Yeah, we all want things.